Hi, I'm Fire Chief Hughes and welcome to my world of fire safety. In this training episode, I'm going to discuss why structural firefighting foam makes the world a safer place for firefighters and the people they protect. Simply stated, Class A structural firefighting foam extinguishes fires better than plain untreated water. This is a good explanation, and I hope it makes you more aware of structural firefighting foams and its place in the modern fire service. There is a lot of confusion in the fire service surrounding firefighting foams and cancer risk. There are two different types of firefighting foams that are used to suppress two different types of fires: Class A fires and Class B fires. Class A firefighting foam is designed to extinguish ordinary combustibles like wood, fabric, and paper. Class A foam concentrates are environmentally safe and similar to ordinary dish soap. In fact, many fire departments use dish soap as practice foam because it's cheaper yet has a similar effect on the fire. Class B foam, one of which is aqueous film forming foam or AFFF, is used to extinguish pooled flammable liquid fires. AFFF contains perfluorinated alkylated substances, or PFAS, which has been linked to cancer in humans and animals. For purposes of this video, we are not going to discuss Class B fires or AFFF foams. According to UL Fire Safety Research Institute, only 5 to 10% of water applied to a fire contributes to extinguishment. The remaining 90 to 95% of water is runoff. It can be said that water is a very inefficient extinguishing agent. There are two things that make water inefficient at extinguishing fire: the high surface tension of water and the hydrophobic properties of fuels as they burn. To understand why approximately 90% of water runs off in a fire, you have to look at the way water molecules behave. Water molecules group together uniformly to form a cohesive bond in the bulk of the liquid. Except at the surface, molecules bunch up tightly to form a stronger bond. This is surface tension, which causes water to bead up on the surface of glass and plastic, much in the same way it does on the surface of burning materials. The high surface tension of water can be broken by adding what's known as a surfactant. Adding surfactant to water causes water beads to expand and cover more surface area. The surface active agent in surfactants allows water to penetrate beneath the surface of burning materials, extinguishing fires more efficiently and preventing rekindles. Ever heard the phrase, water and oil don't mix? It's chemistry. Oils are hydrophobic and repel water at a molecular level. The easiest way to get oil and water to mix is to add surfactant in solution with water. This is what's known as emulsification. To understand how fires burn, we need to look at the physics and chemistry of a fire. In the fire triangle, fuel and oxygen represent the chemistry of a fire, while heat represents the physics of a fire. Plain water attacks the heat of a fire, but it can take a long time to reduce the temperature of the fire below the ignition temperature of the burning fuels to extinguish the fire. In order to discuss fire, we need to acknowledge its separate parts. Flame is considered complete combustion because it completely consumes burning fuels, producing only carbon dioxide and water vapor. Smoke is considered incomplete combustion because it releases unburned tar, particulate matter, and flammable fire gases. Approximately 80% of the fire gases in smoke are invisible to the naked eye. So when you see smoke, you're only seeing approximately 20% of the products of combustion. When water is applied to open flame, the heat converts water to steam at a ratio of 1700 to 1. When 1 gallon of water expands into 1700 gallons of steam, it carries with it enough flammable fire gases to spread the fire into uninvolved areas of the structure, bringing with it enough poisonous smoke to kill and injure occupants who are trying to escape. Applying plain water to a fire forces firefighters to use vertical and horizontal ventilation to purge heat and smoke. Unfortunately, it also purges a massive amount of carbon dioxide. CO2 is burned carbon, which crowds out oxygen and prevents fire growth. Cutting a hole in a roof to release smoke and carbon dioxide triggers what's known as the chimney effect. This lets in air and oxygen that ignites the unburned fire gases that were once held in check by an abundance of CO2. The burning of fire gases due to outside airflow and CO2 venting is a common cause of backdrafts, flashovers, and smoke explosions. When a fire stream that contains structural firefighting foam is directed at open flame, the steam that it generates contains surfactant that bonds water molecules to carbon molecules found in smoke and fire gases. Structural firefighting foam makes solid fuels too wet to burn and smoke and fire gases too heavy to remain in the atmosphere, which virtually eliminates the need for vertical ventilation in a structure fire. Independent fire research indicates that Class A foam concentrates in solution with water reduce and eliminate toxic contaminants in the atmosphere well below IDLH, or immediately dangerous to life and health levels. Fire produces smoke containing superheated carbon molecules. Applying plain, untreated water to open flame produces more smoke in the form of steam, which contains diluted fire gases that are both flammable and poisonous. Expanding fire gases increase the threat of flashover, backdraft, and smoke explosion, which can result in injury and death to occupants and firefighters. When structural firefighting foam extinguishes open flame, the surfactant molecules in the foam concentrate bond the water molecules to the carbon molecules. This raises the fuel moisture content in smoke and fire gases. The hot carbon in the smoke and fire gases now become trapped in the bubble structures contained within the layers of structural firefighting foam. This chemical reaction reduces heat faster than plain, untreated water and virtually eliminates the need for tactical ventilation for life safety. Surfactant molecules found in soap and firefighting foams are amphiphilic and have a water-loving head and an oil-loving tail. This chemical attraction explains why carbon molecules have an affinity for the surfactant in firefighting foam. Let's talk about the efficiency of plain water versus the efficiency of structural firefighting foam. Only 12 ounces per gallon of plain water contributes to the extinguishment of a fire based on UL's 5 to 10% efficiency of water factor. By comparison, as much as 1/2 gallon per gallon of water in solution with approximately 1 ounce of Class A foam concentrate contributes to the extinguishment of a fire. According to the National Institute of Standards and Technology, Class A foam solution makes water 3 to 5 times more effective at extinguishing a fire. Firefighting foam technology is especially needed in high-risk occupancies such as high-rise buildings because foam does not cause an increase in smoke production the way plain, untreated water does. Advanced foam application techniques found in floor-below nozzle technologies are needed at high-rise fires to prevent excessive water flows that disable elevator cars. Losing elevator service at high-rise fires forces firefighters to climb stairs, delaying their progress. Delays that result in greater flame spread and smoke development expose occupants to lethal products of combustion in a high-rise fire.